Hey Cancer, it's Amanda here with your June 2018 RuneScope. This month, in conjunction with the runes, I will be using the Wonderland Tarot by Chris and Morgana Abbey. As always, be sure to join me for part 2 of your June reading over on my Vimeo channel. I will be pulling one card from the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue to get some additional help and advice for you for how to handle the energies and challenges that may come up during the month of June. You'll find that link to my Vimeo channel below. Because we are halfway through the year now, it's a good time also to go back and re-watch the yearly RuneScope I posted in January, and I will put a link to it here with a little eye and at the end of the video, but it's always on my channel. If you haven't watched that in a while, I would recommend you do, and just kind of see where you are as far as the yearly overview. Also, if you purchased my 2018 Career RuneScope or the 2018 Love RuneScope over on my Vimeo channel, you'll want to re-watch those as well. And if you haven't gotten those yet, then I would encourage you to do so. You still have 6 months left. They're still covering the second half of the year, and you can kind of check in and see where you're at with that. But let's jump in and take a look at June for my Cancers and see what's going to be going on. For June 2018 Cancer, what do you guys need to know? As always, keep in mind, Cancer, these are not private sessions, so some of these messages will hopefully be for you, but others are going to be for the other Cancers that are watching. I'm connecting with a lot of different energies when I do these videos, so you can check out the video for your rising sign as well to get additional information or messages. But the only way I can totally connect with just your energy and focus in on your specific circumstances is if it's just you and I. So to schedule an appointment, just drop me a line at runescopes4you@gmail.com and we'll get that set up for you. I do those on Skype and my sessions are $70. So let me know if you would like to do that. But in general, let's see what Cancers are doing. The challenge or focus is where we're going to start. And the tarot card we have here is the Nine of Oysters. In this deck, this is the Nine of Pentacles in traditional decks. So, some of you are, the first thing that's coming here is with these runes is you're trying to start a home business. You may be working more at home or trying to arrange that with your company, but it's coming up as the challenge. So there may be a delay around that, or you're just maybe starting talks or negotiations with that, or you've turned in the paperwork and you're waiting to hear back. This could also be, well, a few of you moving in to a new home or a new apartment, but totally on your own. So maybe up to this point you've lived with family, or you've lived with relatives, or you've lived with, you know, a partner, and there may be, for some of you, it could be a divorce, but I feel like for most of you, this is just, I'm moving out on my own. And maybe, you know, your first apartment, your first place all on your own, leaving the group, and you're trying to do that though, because this is the challenge. So you're either looking, maybe you're looking at apartments, checking out houses, homes, but yes, some of you are leaving a relationship, but I don't feel like that's the majority of you. I feel like for most of you, this is just leaving the group and striking out on your own. You're gonna have your own place, many of you for the first time, or living alone for the first time. Maybe you lived with your family, then you got married and you lived with your partner and you had your own kids, and now maybe, you know, you're divorced, or you know, it's just been you and the kids and you've been a single parent, but now they're moving out and you're on your own. But some of you, the challenge may just be finding the right place, finding a place that you like. Some of you maybe, it could be like you're having to sell a property while you're moving, you know, that's when you own a home, that's normally what you do. You have to put yourself for sale while you're looking, and the times rarely match up. So it could be like, you know, okay, well, I've found the house I'm moving into, but now, you know, mine's not selling and I've got 2 mortgages or something like that. So there could be a bit of delay, either around selling your home, even though you found a property, or maybe your home sells really fast and you still have to find a place to go. So that could be the challenge, just timing not matching up with moving, with relocating. But for others of you, I think that you may be leaving the group, leaving the company to go out on your own, start your own company. So you may be looking for office space, you may be looking for, you know, or you may be starting to work from home. Maybe you're gonna consult now and you're leaving a full-time job to go out on your own. So, I mean, you may not totally have everything done, and that's just the challenge. Like, you're not gonna get it all done in June, but there's definitely a new journey here. You're starting out on this. So, but you know, we can't do things like that overnight. It takes some time. In the present energy, so for some of you, this will be when you're watching this video. For others of you, this could be end of May into early June. We have the Judgment card. Major Arcana. It's the only Major Arcana we've got here. So yeah, some of you are dealing with decisions in regards to contracts, negotiations, real estate, you know, signing off on something, signing a deal, purchase agreements, things like that. Others of you are getting a decision regarding a divorce, a legal settlement, an inheritance or a will, any kind of property or possessions that you're supposed to get in a divorce, or you're trying to get in a divorce or separation. Hagalaz is here, indicating that there could be some, yeah, again, either delays or unexpected developments when it comes to the decision that's made. So this could be you get more. If it's like a legal thing, it could be you get more than you thought you were gonna get, or you're getting, you know, the decision is for not, you know, not everything that you were hoping for. Maybe you thought you were gonna get to stay where you were at, but the decision is that the property should be sold and needs to be sold, and the money split, or something of that nature. Some of you, if you were married and in business with your partner, and now you're getting divorced or separating, this could have something to do with the business and the way that's going to be divided up, and that could be where maybe some new developments come in that are surprising or shocking. It doesn't mean they're bad, it just means it's unexpected. It can kind of go either way, and again, that's something I would only be able to, whether it's going to be positive or negative, is something I would only be able to tell on a person by person basis with a personal reading. So because this is in the present, for some of you, you already know what this development was, but now for others of you, it's just kind of out of the blue. You have to make a very important decision. You may feel kind of pressure to do so because it seems like there's a time limit on this. Like, I have to, you know, here are your options, but you have to, and the choice is in your power, but you have to, it may be a difficult decision to make. It may not be, you may feel pressured to make it more quickly than you're comfortable with, because maybe you feel like you don't have all the information, or you feel like you don't know which way to go would be best. But for others of you, this is a decision being handed down. It is like you get the news, and but yeah, there's something about it that's unexpected. Now, the help that's going to be available, we do have the Queen of Oysters, which is the Queen of Pentacles in other decks. So there could be an earth sign person, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, male or female, with the court cards in these general readings. But they are a more practical, logical, reasoning voice in your life. So it could be a friend, a family member, your mom, your partner. Excuse me. I feel like this person is, they're supporting you, like going with you, like if you have to go to some sort of proceeding or court proceeding or something of that nature, this person will go with you. They're supporting you. It may be your lawyer for some of you. or the mediator or whatever. For some of you, this could be an agent or a real estate person helping you with the purchase of the property, getting you a fair deal, helping you kind of like through this process. For some of you, this could just be one person giving, like helping you see how another person's advice or communication has been biased or erroneous or incomplete. So, and I do feel like this is for a lot of you going back to this deal, for many of you, the property, or there's been misinformation, miscommunication, and this person is setting it right or kind of straightening out a mess of information regarding a deal or a settlement, or it could be that, like, if this is a decision that you don't like and it's a legal decision, this person is like, well, we will appeal this. We'll go back and we'll see if we can get another opinion on it. Maybe you thought the judge or the person talking to you was biased, or the person that you were working with was, you know, not helping you. It could also be an agent or a consultant that you feel like was like not giving you the time or the priority that you need, or not listening to what you want if you're looking to move, and so you get a different one. And that's this this person who's very good with money. She has very good taste. She's very good at picking things out, and particularly with homes. So, I mean, if you tell her what you want, she is immediately going to turn her focus to that and help you find this, help you find the home that you, or the spot for your new business where it's going to bring in more clients, especially if she specializes in business real estate or something of that nature. This could also just be a tax advisor, a financial advisor, somebody who's going to help you with a home business if you're going out on your own, to get that going, to get that started. This could also be a someone who has like done what you're gonna do. So if you're like starting a home business, or you're leaving the company to go do your own thing, this could be somebody who did that, who is giving you, again, an opposite viewpoint. Maybe people who, maybe you've talked to a few people and they're like, oh gosh, you know, it's so unreliable and you don't want to do that, and you know, you'll never know how much money's coming in, or you know, it's just unreliable, too crazy. And but then you talk to this person who's done it, and she's like, oh no, it's way, you know, yeah, it's up and down, it's a little unpredictable, but you know, it's still better than punching the time clock, or you know, having to answer to anybody when you know, you can set your own hours, and you know, and if you work hard and are willing to work hard, you're not going to have a problem with this. So yeah, this could be a dissenting voice, or a voice that for you, because you may be feeling discouraged when you're talking to other people, like maybe their business failed, but that doesn't mean that yours will, or maybe they didn't put the work in that they needed to. Maybe they didn't have the skill that you do. So yeah, I feel like there's somebody who is the voice of reason in a biased area of communication here. Now, what must be accepted about the month? We have the Four of Swords. It's the Four of Flamingos here in the little Wonderland deck. So something's ending and you're taking a break in June. So some of you may be, again, you're leaving a job, you are moving out, and you may be taking some time off to get settled while you do that. You know, you move, and then you're also gonna take a little bit of a vacation there to not only kind of get moved in and get settled, but also to relax afterwards, because that's hard work, right? Moving home or moving house, relocating. This is a tarot card of retreat. So for some of you, it's to do with a relationship, again, divorcing or separating from a situation or a person, and then just needing a break to kind of get your bearings, but also to relax and just readjust, recalibrate is a word I'm getting. So yeah, June is a month of recalibration for you when it comes to actually something quite big, a big decision that you're making. It is a decision that's going to change your future in a significant way in June, Cancer. But I think it's something that you've been wanting to do for a long time. And again, because this is your challenge, it does involve striking out on your own in some way, or moving out independently on your own in some way. But yeah, you're going to need to work in a little bit of time at some point in June to just kind of, you know, adjust and take a break. And you know, if it's been a legal battle or a lot of miscommunication, a lot of bad news or gossip, or dealing with people, all these people like giving unsolicited and biased advice, you may kind of shut down. I'm seeing some of you just turn off your phone, like shut down the computer, and you're like, I'm going on a sabbatical. I'm not like an internet sabbatical or something. It's like, I just don't want to deal. I can't deal with it right now. I'm going to retreat and kind of hide out for a little bit. I'm going to go into my shell, right, Cancer? Now, the outcome of June, we've got the 10 of hats in reverse, which is the 10 of cups in other decks, and I'll show you what it looks like here in the upright, or 10 of Mad Hatter hats in reverse. Still a good card in reverse. Let's see what we're talking about here. For many of you at the end of June, some of you may be able to strike out in June, but for others of you, there may be a bit more of a delay. So you still, I think, may be taking some time off though, taking a vacation. So for some of you, maybe you're just starting to think about or plan this, like leaving the company you're working for to start your own business, or moving out, or the divorce, or you're just starting to think about what you want to do in the future now that this phase is ending and a new one is beginning. And you know that it's going to like be like something to celebrate and a far more satisfying way of life. But some of you may not quite be there yet in June. You haven't quite figured out the particulars how you're going to do this. But I do think you're going to, many of you, when you're kind of pulling back your energy, or even taking like a staycation or a vacation, you're going to use some of you that time specifically to plan how I'm going to do this. Now, those of you that can't leave a situation, you can't quite do this in June, man, you're really going to be frustrated, I think, with that. Some of you with this rune in reverse. You've got Thor's hammer, Thursaz in reverse here. And just frustrated with having to completely keep repeating the same, you know, and I get it. Like, if you really want to go out on your own and start your own business, but you keep having to go into the office and deal with these people, like you can't wait to get away. Because, you know, some people just don't work in a congenial work environment. In fact, most people don't. There's always at least one or two people we don't really mesh with all that much. For some of you, I feel like the commute is really long. And that's what you're looking forward to getting out of, right? Like, you know, it's really far. It's really inconvenient. You're spending a lot in gas, and it's wearing out your car and things like that. You can't wait. You know, and some of you, again, I think you've been maybe talking to your boss about, could I just work at home 1 or 2 days a week? And, you know, for some of you, that could be what this decision is that comes through. It's like, you know, and for some of you, that decision may be coming back, especially if you are like, you know, this, I have to drive so far. Could I just work at home 1 or 2 days or whatever? They could come back and say yes, but then maybe the unexpected is, but we can't do that until after. Why don't we revisit that in the fall? Like, they may put you off for a few months, or say, well, we can start that the beginning of July or something like that. But for others of you, it could be that they just flat out say, no, we can't do that. We can't let you work from home. And that could be the unexpected. Because then we would have to let everybody, you know, it's because with this in the upright, it's a card of completeness. Everybody, doing the same thing and everybody in accord and in agreement and happy about that. But in the reverse, there's something where it's like, you know, we can't let one person go off and do their own thing. We all have to do the same thing and follow the same rules. If that's the case, even though it's going to be tempting to, you know, say something or be upset or maybe be a little bit angry, do your best to not react in an emotional way, especially an angry way, because I think that would end up hurting you in the long run. And I don't feel like whoever's giving you the news, I don't feel like it was their decision. In a lot of cases, I do feel like, for some of you, maybe it's this Queen of Oysters, this Queen of Pentacles. She has to give you the news, but it wasn't her decision. She had to, like, you know, kind of check. Now this could be your boss coming back to you and saying, again, yeah, well, you know, we can't do it right now. I did ask, but let me work on management, because she's coming up as a help to you. She could be like, give me a little more time. Let me get back to you on that. But yeah, there could be something repeating when it comes to that, or you feel like every time I ask for anything that would be helpful, they turn me down, or they, you know, I never get the goods. I never get the good stuff here, which is part of the reason. And for some of you, this kind of stuff could be making the decision for you in June as to why you're like, I am gonna start my own business. I'm gonna do what I do here, but I'm gonna take it and do it just for myself from home. And, you know, as soon as possible is what many of you may be contemplating in June. And this is just, I can't do it right now, but this rune is here as well. And that's the rune of, just because it doesn't happen in June doesn't mean it's not gonna happen. This is saying have faith. This goal is attainable, and it may even happen more quickly than you're thinking. So don't give up on whatever this is. Think of something in a new way for some of you. Maybe you've never thought about starting your own business. Maybe you never thought it was something that you could do or would want to do. Maybe it seemed like, oh, all that responsibility, or, you know, I feel like I would mess up my taxes, or, you know, you can hire people to help you do that, or gosh, these days you can go on the internet and learn how to do anything, right? They'll show you how to do everything. So really start thinking about something like that. Again, breaking free of the herd, going off on your own. And I do feel like if you're not thinking that way at the beginning of June, Cancer, you are going to be thinking that way at the end, because it's like, I think many of you are just working in an environment where it's like, I just don't fit in here. Like, these are not, I don't feel, this is not my crowd. This is not, these are not my people. You know, and it doesn't have to be a work situation. You could also be feeling that way about your family, or a neighborhood, or a state, or a country, or a location. I mean, you know, any large group. You're wanting to go off on your own here, Cancer, in June in some way. And I do believe you will. Some of you, it starts in June. Some of you may even complete it in June. I think for most of you, though, you're starting to make a plan in June for this to happen. So, but like I said, meet me over on Vimeo. I'm gonna shuffle the Goddess Guidance Oracle. I'm gonna see if we can get some more information, more guidance for you on how to handle the energies and how to achieve your goal in the month of June. Again, don't forget to rewatch all those yearly RuneScopes at this time that I posted at the beginning of the year here on YouTube and also over on Vimeo, because it's a good time, because we're halfway through, to gauge where you are. And you'll probably get some more information about this move that you're making. So thanks for stopping by, Cancer, and I will see you back here next month.